Well, I think first and foremost, it's a time for us to be reflective and not reflexive. I think it would be a mistake for us to divide quickly into two camps. Those who believe that the solution is to be found exclusively in tougher laws, and those who believe that the solution is to be found exclusively in more community supports. I think we need to acknowledge a few facts. Overall, when it comes to violent crime, the statistics have been moving in the right direction. There have been some very disconcerting events that have taken place of late, and we've got to ask ourselves some important questions. But let's not be afraid to acknowledge some facts. Communities are working harder, and they have made progress. Whether you're talking about here in Ottawa, the kinds of youth programs they've put in place, or home in Toronto, where they made new investments, those are working. We have more police on the streets. There are, in fact, tougher laws on the books. We have more youth-based programs. So I think if you take a look at the municipal, provincial, and federal governments, police services, justice system as a whole, the fact of the matter is we have made progress there, and its improvement has been measurable. But the fact of the matter is, something's missing. So I think what we need to do today, at this point in time, is not so much to come to the table with demands of each other, but rather questions for ourselves that we need to ask. And I think in particular the question we all have to ask ourselves is, what is it that we can bring to the table as part of the solution? So I'll have an initial meeting with Chief Blair and with Mayor Ford, and I'll bring a few of my ministers. But we're going to have a few more meetings beyond that. We're going to have to speak to people, community members. We're going to have to speak to young people. The provincial government is not the sole repository of any ultimate solution in this matter. I think we've got to ask, what role, if any, does the federal government have to play? Does the provincial government have to play? Does the municipal government have to play? Does the justice system have to play? Do policing have to play? Do mums and dads have to play? And do youths have to play? I think we all have to ask ourselves, what more is it that we might do to ensure that we have strong, safe communities that we can raise our families in?
The problem isn't exclusive to Toronto. It's happening in Ottawa as well. We've seen more shootings already this year than all of last year. But the strategies have to be different for each city. What do we have to do to, across the board?
You're quite right. I think it's a time for us to ask thoughtful questions about safety for all our families and all our communities. And we have, when we originally adopted a few programs in Toronto, we rolled some of those out into Ottawa. For example, through our PAVIS program, Provincial Anti-Violence Investment Strategy, is paying for more police officers on the street here. We're funding a few more youth programs as well to engage young people in positive, constructive opportunities. So I think you make a good point. We need to ask ourselves about crime and safety issues insofar as they affect all our communities.